Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, not really evening, more like good morning. ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this JV matchup between the Capital Eagles and the Skyview Hawks. I'm your commentator, Lucas Stevenson. Alongside me, I got
Ian Pena.
We're hoping for a good matchup today between these two teams. Let's get you started on who's on the floor for the Capital Eagles. Number 1, we have Michaela Hicks. Number 22, Angela Hawking. Number 2, Hannah Njui. Number 23, we have Anna Sedge. And number 24, we have Khadijah. Ian's going to read over who's on the floor for Skyview.
All right, let's take a look, see if I can read the numbers. Mac is normally our guy here doing all these basketball things with you.
Yeah, he's at work today.
Well, look at them all lining up so I can read their names. All right, so we have for number 12 for Skyview, Alex Barras. We have number 14, Taylor Hughes. Number 23, looks like Caitlin Hughes. Probably siblings, my guess would be. And I can't quite see the other numbers there. I think that's number 11.
Number 11 and number 3.
All right, number 3, we have Lily Masuka. And number 11, yep, that is Shelby Rudy.
That's who's on the floor for both teams.
You know, I feel a little bad. I think I might have been reading off of the junior varsity team there.
This is junior varsity.
This is junior?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place.
We had sophomore.
I've been all over the place. Because sophomore game just ended.
Yep.
Do we remember what the score was on that?
No. I think it was somewhere between 36 and
I remember
40.
that Skyview definitely won that one.
Yeah.
Skyview was
Skyview, a very good
quite
program.
a bit far ahead. We're seeing a bit of a difference here with the Eagles actually getting an early lead, 8-5.
Yeah. Just about 2:15 left to play in the first quarter.
Really, it went that fast. We're doing 8-minute quarters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so 8-minute quarters, and we're already down at 2:12. And so far, it seems like I haven't figured out a darn thing. Capital playing keep away there. Oh, number 24 misses that. And it runs out. A good effort from the Eagles, almost setting up for a nice shot right there. Skyview's number 23 is going to be thrown in. That's Caitlin Hughes.
Very good to see fans here now.
It is nice to see a couple people. Not so many that you're worrying that you're going to have an infection, but...
Yeah. And travel call is going to be called on number 11 for Skyview. Who's that?
That is Shelby Rudy. Capital again trying to sort of sneak it up there. She's got Skyview all over her. Oh, number 2 losing control of the ball there. Hannah Nguyen and Michaela Hicks.
Oh, good
back
inside pass there.
Oh, nice.
That was a good inside pass there by Angela Hawking.
Khadijah, they're heading up for that basket. Almost a shot, but it bounced off the rim. Skyview's got the court now.
Skyview looking for that open range right there, and she'll drain that.
Oh, beautiful three-pointer from Skyview's Caitlin Hughes.
Good execution there to work their way into that area, just finding the open shot.
They had a very controlled format there, getting up towards the basket.
We have a substitution. Number 5 will come in for number 12.
Number 5?
Number 5 for Skyview, yeah.
Who is that?
Number 5 for Skyview, that is Abby Hubbard. She'll come in for number 12, who is Kiana Blacker.
About 45 seconds left on the clock. We're tied 8-8. Skyview running down the court, seeing if they can end off this first quarter without the Eagles in the lead. It looks like we might end up having a tie for the first quarter.
Long pass in there.
Number 3. Who's number 3 there for us?
Number 3, that is Abby Passamagee. And that foul was on number 1 for Capital. That's Michaela Hicks. She'll pick up her first tonight.
All right, we've got a free throw here from Skyview's Shelby Rudy. Oh, Kadeja going up. And Skyview manages to intercept it, running right back. We've got about 12 seconds left on the clock. 8-10, Skyview's in the lead. They're trying to widen that gap for a beautiful start. Skyview's Taylor Hughes sends it high and wide, it looks. Skyview's taking shots. And the Eagles lose their fleeting early lead. That first quarter is 10-8 in favor of Skyview. All right, welcome back to the second quarter now. All right, and we have Skyview's Abby, number 3 there, leading on the offensive here for Skyview. Again, trying to widen that gap, but they have that 10-8. Ooh, that was a beautiful pass. Skyview's number 1, Ruby Schrahl, managed to almost huck it right up in there. Capital's Caitlin Hickok throws it in. Oh my goodness, look here. Number 2 from the Eagles runs it all the way up the sideline. Hannah Nguyen, beautiful work from her.
Oh, good effort there to
Wow.
keep that one in.
Oh, that was beautiful from Michaela Higgs.
Oh, that's gonna be a foul on Khadijah right there.
Looks like we're getting a lot of fouls onto the Eagles.
Yeah, this is very different from what happened on, I think, Thursday. The Eagles just didn't have that much fouls to give. They were actually in the bonus a lot during that game.
And that game was when you said?
I think it was Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Skyview again, playing keep away with the ball here. Both of the teams love to get that get that sort of perimeter around the three-point line.
Working the perimeter really well and just finding that open space as Capital's playing the zone coverage.
Yeah, good job. Both of those teams are very good at having that perimeter around the three-point line. And whether or not that's a good thing is sort of up into the air. It's a subject of debate. they're sort of able to cancel each other out in that regard. It doesn't really benefit one if the other can do the exact same thing. Capitals 22, Angela Hawking thrown in there. Michaela Hicks trying to get it back up. If she stumbles, that ball goes flying. Oh, and Skyview falls down there on the floor. Michaela Hicks getting cherry picked off from the rest of her team. A moving pass in there from the Eagles. All right, Skyview's back on the offensive. They're moving back in. That score is still 10-8. It hasn't moved in a little while. It looks like this is a much more even matching than our previous sophomore game. And it sure is a welcome one. That is knocked out by Skyview. And Angela Hawking is going to be the one who throws it in for us. Skyview's number 3, Abby, is coming in to cover her.
Pasta McGee. Oh, stolen there. And she'll get a shooting foul. I believe that one was on number 2. And it is. I believe that's her yeah, it is. It is her second foul tonight.
5 fouls for the Eagles, 2 for Skyview so far. Nothing but net right through there, 1 point. That brings us to 11-8 in favor of Skyview. And another one right through, 12-8. Skyview getting 2 more points. Starting to cement their lead a little bit here, making sure that it's not just a fluke.
Capital needs to get back.
Out. Skyview jumping on that opportunity. Number 3 and number 24 immediately going in. That's a 2-pointer. 14-18. They're cementing their lead quite a bit now. The Capital.
Skyview finding what Capital's doing. They're just kind of hugging the half-court line. And it's going to be a timeout called by the Capital coach.
Skyview, I think, just figured out the secret to Capital's recipe. That is a good time to call a timeout, get everyone organized and say, okay, we need to change a plan here because they just figured this out.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing here is that the Eagles, they'll just come up and then they'll just kind of hover over the halfway line and just wait for Skyview to put on the pressure, and then they'll try and get out of there, but sometimes it won't work.
Capital's biggest enemy here seems to actually be just keeping control of the ball while they're moving. Skyview, it seems like all Skyview has to do is when they're at that halfway line, Skyview runs up, gets in their path, threatens to intercept that ball, and the ball's momentum just sort of does the rest and goes right back into Skyview's hands. And they're sort of following that, jumping on the ball and running in to make an offensive, preventing Capital from getting onto their side of the court.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. They're also putting on the double team a lot on Hannah Ngui and stuff.
They are. I found that a lot of Capital's offensive runners are having a huge amount of trouble making sure that they can hang out with their team and get the backup that they need. All right, so we're starting here again. Who's Capital?
That's Hannah Ngui.
She's not the only Hannah we have on the court right now, is she?
I don't think so. I believe we have one for Skyview. Oh, no, we don't.
No?
Nope. She's the only Hannah on the court.
I'm hallucinating. Skyview's coach making sure to keep their head in the game. 14 goes in, beautifully set up for that, but just not quite enough time to line up that shot, and it bounces off the backboard. Number 2, that's Hannah?
Yep.
Hannah running up from the side, passes it to 21.
Number 3 will go, 1 will go up for a shot.
just a foot or two off from a three-pointer, but when it comes to basketball and you make those shots, you're never off by more than a couple feet.
Three-pointers are one of the hardest shots to make in the game.
Well, that's why they're made three-pointers. And if any of you viewers have any questions about the game, anything you'd like us to talk about or address, we do actually have the live stream chat pulled up in front of us. This is not a one-way show. We can absolutely respond to any questions you guys have. Every now and then we have people stating when was the game, who's on the court, questions, wanting to see people they know play. And we can absolutely get onto that stuff for you. Capital working their way up. It looks like they're playing a little bit more offensively.
Very. As number 21 knocks that down for Capital, that is Caitlin Hickok. Skyview knocks down a shot. They're up by 11.
11 points. That's a big gap for them to have so soon.
You know, and we've seen Capital come back from 21 and tie the game, but I don't think we've seen it happen this year. Definitely last year we've seen it. Oh, sent her flying.
Well, it could be the first time the Capitals had the Eagles had a really good
Capitals.
That's their mascot. They're called the Eagle Capitals. So the Eagle Capitals, as they are, actually had a pretty good first eighth or so of the game. They were pulling ahead, and then suddenly we just saw Skyview turn it right around on them. So I wouldn't completely doubt that the Eagles could turn this around, but it's not looking very well for them. Skyview is just laying on the offensive. That ball is spending way more time on the left side of the court than it is on the right side. We've got a triple substitution here. We have 14, 22, and 23 are new for Skyview. Who's on that list?
What was it?
I think that was 11, 22, and 23.
11, that is Shelby Rudy. 22. Oh, you're leaving? Oh, have
See you
fun.
guys in a couple days.
Hannah to pass the ball in now. She'll find Angela Hawking. Just under a minute left to play here in the first half of basketball. Good screen there by Caitlin Hickok. And it's going to be an and one.
There we go, two-pointer down the tube, 21-12.
That foul was on number 11. That's Shelby Rudy. Her second tonight.
Skyview's managed to tie up the foul counter. 44 seconds left on the clock. And Capital's got some free throws to try and catch up to Skyview here.
Substitution now, number 12. That is Kiana Blacker. She'll come in for Shelby Rudy. 44 seconds left in the first half. Score is 13-21. Hawks still leading this one. And you can't count the Capital Eagles out yet. Still early in the game, just about to go into halftime. What do you think that the
Oh,
coach
look
is
what's
gonna
happening
say?
here. Oh, and they got fouled off on that. So they did not keep, Skyview did not keep Shelby in for very long. She went in on that triple substitution and then it came right back out.
You know, and you don't want to get your good players fouled out too early. We saw that last week against Mountain View for the girls team. One of the on Mountain View.
That ball going into the lap of the Skyview coach there.
And we saw that last week against the Mountain View Mavericks. That's going to be the end of the first half here. Score 21-13. Skyview still is leading. We'll be back for the start of the second half after a short little break. Capital Eagles and the Skyview Hawks. I'm still your commentator, Lucas Stevenson. Alongside me, I still have Ian Pena. He is just away right now. He will be joining us shortly. That ball will stay with Capital. And here comes Ian running right beside me. Angela Hawking will go up for 3. Skyview passing it around, good ball movement here. Blocked by Angela Hawking. Skyview getting that one to fall. Ian has rejoined me.
I emerge.
Emerge.
Wow, that score is already 23-13.
Still a 10-point lead for the Hawks.
So last time we checked on the lead, it was an 11-point lead, so.
I think at halftime it was a 8-point lead, I think.
Was it?
I think so, yeah.
We're hovering around that area, but Capital, it's not a lost cause. It's not a lost cause, for sure.
It's not a big lead yet.
That point gets reverted. Did you see what happened there?
No.
That went up to 14 for just a split second and right back down to 13.
Oh.
I guess someone hit a button. Someone hit a button they weren't supposed to. We do that too often.
Too often.
All right, Skyview's number 3. Who is that coming around?
That is Abby Pasta McGee. Skyview getting that one. That was number 14.
Ooh, Capital coming around the side. They're weaving through the Skyview defense very nicely, but they sort of just collapsed inwards on that player there.
Double dribble was called on number 23. That's Anna Sage. Sorry.
Name pronunciations. Oh no, that's specialty.
No, we say a lot of names. It's gonna be 2 shots there. And that foul was on Sage again. That's her first tonight, and first of the half for the Eagles. Ooh, just misses it off the back iron.
Getting that foul set up again. Just off the rim. Not a lucky day for Skyview on those free throws. Number 24 sliding onto the ground for Capital, getting that ball around. Oh, and I think they might have just intercepted that right in time for Skyview.
Skyview definitely reading the plays that Capital is doing right now and breaking them down.
Skyview's got some good mobility on them, but I wonder if they have the endurance to back it up. Are they going to be able to play with that kind of agility that fast or that long? Playing keep away with the Eagles here. They're going to go in for a shot. It's just a question of who and when. They need to cover number 12 back there.
12 is wide open right now.
12 is wide open. She's
back
waiting.
And forth between the both.
There you go. The Eagles were ready. We shouldn't have underestimated that. Oh, and Shelby Rudy manages to just pot that right in there. That should have been 1 point there for Skyview?
2 points.
2 points. I couldn't see if she was over the 2-point line or not.
Inside the 3-point is 2 points.
Really?
Yeah. Free throws are worth 1 point at the line.
There's a reason that you and Mac are the ones who normally commentate this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on our sports stuff. I like working behind the camera, but hey, it's fun to get your voice out there sometimes.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. Me and Mac, we Googled our names the other day, and all the Googles.
Oh, look at
came
what
up.
Capital's trying there.
Oh, all the Googles came up with our past live streams that we've done together.
How many your names on there?
the description.
Skyview coming in on the offensive here. Oh, and the description of the videos with the casting. I should be on there too then. Lovely.
Lovely.
Lovely. Skyview again playing keep away. They don't have anybody on the near side of the. Oh!
We will go for a quick
Number
shot.
3 moves in to cover up that open area. Skyview stumbling a bit. Capital's managing to give them real poor chances for their shots.
That's going to be a shooting foul. That one's on Angela Hawking, her first tonight.
Now 14 was the one who just did our free throw last time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
She got unlucky. Maybe she can redeem herself. So far it's looking like her luck is keeping up on those free throws. Skyview substitutes.
Big substitution for Skyview.
Big substitution. I think Capital had one too there.
Yeah.
Oh, and she finally manages to get it down. 14 getting a beautiful free throw. Sometimes you get bad luck on those free throws. There's a lot of nerves that happen. You know, you got everybody staring at you. It's all quiet, goes silent, and you got to toss it.
I remember when I was playing in a really high stakes game against Fairmont at River Glen. And
Wow, you were a River Glen kid, weren't you?
yeah, I was. And we were in overtime, and then just all of a sudden the crowd got super silent when I was at the line shooting a free throw. It was really like the pressure was on right there.
And sometimes the nerves get to you. Someone might be able to make a free throw, make a shot perfectly fine, but their anxiety gets the better of them, and they end up missing it because they're scared of it. Wow, 22 and 5, fighting there a little bit. The ref calls it as a foul on Capital's Gracie Strickland. No, Angela Hawking.
You're looking at varsity.
I'm looking at varsity. And I was worried I was looking at sophomore earlier. Oh, I'm a mess.
And if you want to stay tuned to watch that varsity match between the Skyview Hawks and the Capital Eagles, that'll be on this channel as well. And we will also have a pregame. Both me and Ian will be the pregame hosts with Mac out today. So it's going to be a good one.
It's a shame when Mac's out, but I have to say, I haven't commentated in a while, and it's a nice fresh of breath air. Nice fresh of breath air.
Yeah.
I'm eloquent.
You haven't commentated since the soccer season.
I haven't. Has it really been that long?
I think so, because you had that comment that the ball almost hit the camera.
Oh, I remember. And who can forget your volleyball commentary?
Yeah.
Very athletic of me.
Grabbing the ball.
For those of you who aren't sure what we're looking at or what we're talking about, you can go back and actually see our
Past live streams.
well, there are our past live streams, but I wouldn't want you to have to scroll through an hour and a half of footage just to see Lucas's funny moments on camera. It should actually be in our latest bloopers compilation video on the high school.
I believe it was the Christmas animated one. The animated special.
I think it was on that one. I think the bloopers themselves should be uploaded as their individual.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to ask Glenn about that. Capital making some free throws here. We've got 3 fouls on Capital, 2 on Skyview. That score is currently sitting at 28-13.
Capital hasn't scored since the start of the first half.
Skyview's running away with it. That's a lead of what, 15 points now?
Around there, yeah. You know, another thing that I've noticed with the with the Capital team is when they're in press coverage when they're coming up to come on offense, Skyview putting on that press coverage. I don't know if it'll happen right here, but you'll notice what I'm saying, and it won't. But what I'm saying is when Skyview comes up for press coverage, Capital just kind of looks like they just kind of freeze and they just pass it around in the back, and then they'll get that 10-second violation.
Hannah Nguyen has done that a couple times. Have you seen her?
Just driving in,
cutting through that Skyview defense and trying to just make a money shot right up there. I suspect that she works well with those sort of bursts of energy. I remember I was like that a lot with soccer. I wasn't the most, I didn't have the most stamina out of the team, but some of those players, they're able to just sort of bring on those bursts of energy in those key moments, and that can really turn a game around sometimes. Especially if you get them in a position that benefits from that kind of energy format, then
I'm like that. I'll have my burst of energy.
I think a lot of people are like that.
And then I'll just feel really tired.
And you feel really
out of
tired.
shape.
A couple minutes later, it comes back. It'll
come back.
But
it's those spur of a moment things. And Khadijah on the breakaway now.
Khadijah. She arcs around.
Oh, good shot right there. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow! Beautiful job from Khadijah. 2-pointer straight to the Eagles with less than 30 seconds left in the quarter. Beautiful effort from her. And now she's screening, covering, managing to keep 12 away. Oh my goodness.
What a great breakaway from Khadijah. And here she goes again.
Oh, she's doing it again. This time she
pass it off.
She passes it off.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter.
Oh, she's got to be tired from that. That is a good on the part of Khadijah. That score is 28-15. We've got 3 fouls on either side. Where do you think this game's going, Lucas?
I don't know. Capital does have still in this game, not a big lead. Back for the start of the fourth quarter. Oh, good pass there by number 12 to find Shelby Rudy there in the middle for Skyview. Hannah will pass it over to number 23, over to 32 now. And timeout is going to be called by Capital.
What did I miss? What happened?
think it was. I think it was the this team actually.
This team.
Yeah.
Well, if we're looking at the comeback kids right now, maybe we shouldn't get so confident.
Hawking will find Khadijah.
Khadijah was a team player. She's been fighting hard, making sure that Skyview has as few opportunities to go through. Oh, she manages to pass it off.
Gonna be a blocking foul there. That foul is on number 1. Who's that for Skyview?
For Skyview, number 1 is Ruby Schrahl.
That's her first tonight.
Abby Pasta McGee coming through, running it in the middle. Ooh, that was Hannah, I believe, for Capital, just smacking that out of her hand. A little bit of clarification between the coaches,
Couches.
the
Couches.
coaches and the.
I'd kill for a couch right now.
Would you? You could bring a couch over
So
here if you're
tired.
willing to carry it.
So tired. We have the chair.
Between the coach and the ref, anywho. Oh, Skyview goes up for it. That was Shelby. Shelby. Her last name was Rudy. Rudy, I'm correct. Hannah Nguyen. Coming up down the middle for Capital, goes off to the side, passes it off to Khadijah, who's running up. Maybe she's gonna get another layup. Ooh, she's taking a lot of layups. Hannah and Khadijah seem to be the
That one
ones
was
going for
blocked.
most of the throws.
And that's gonna be a shooting foul on Shelby Rudy.
Who is that for number 32? I don't have her on our roster.
32?
She's not on there. See, I'm not crazy.
Huh. Well, we don't have 32 on our roster.
We don't have 32 on our roster. Whoever our mystery guest is, she is making our free throws right now. Seeing if we can get a little bit tighter in the score between Skyview and Capital. That score is currently at 32-16. Skyview running back up. Anna from Skyview coming up down the middle. I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern with Skyview's offensives here. Are you?
They're just kind of passing it around the perimeter now. That's kind of what I'm seeing.
I'm seeing Anna moving up down the middle, sort of a little bit towards us. A little bit of that side of the court. Whether that pattern is an intentional play or just a
I guess we'll see it right here.
fluke. Did you see? She did it. She did it once again, right there. Coming up just down the side, or just down the middle.
I've not noticed that.
It's working. Why stop?
Yeah. And that's going to be
White
a
ball.
3 seconds call. Too long in the key. That's a very controversial call right there because no one really understands the 3 second violation inside the key very well.
On that topic, what is the 3 second violation inside the key, Lucas?
I don't even know it. I think it's if you spend 3 seconds in the key. Hannon and Dewey getting that point.
You think it's when you spend 3 seconds in the key, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, and you're not like moving, you're just kind of like stationary or something. I don't really know.
You're a man beyond your time.
I guess.
Skyview going for another offensive, manages to lay that up. That score is now 34-18. That gap's just getting wider, and we only have about 4.5 minutes for Capital to get it up. I'm
Ooh.
getting a little bit more confident that Skyview's going to win this one, Lucas.
Capital just needs to get their shots to go.
They're taking plenty of shots, which is fantastic, but none of them are getting in. They're just not
It's like there's a lid on the rim right there.
lid on the rim. All right. Hannah Nguyen has taken a lot of the shots for Capital here. Let's see if this one's going to be a winner. Anna from Skyview covering her. And The refs call it. 23 and 24 for Skyview head in. That is Caitlin Hughes and Brindley Perrine. And 11 for Capital heads in, Callie Featherstone. Again, Hannah Nguyen sort of forming the spearhead of the offense. She needs to get moving. I know that there's definitely a point in trying to wear down the opponent, keeping it slow, figuring out what your next move is, waiting for people to get in position. But Capital needs to move. They have 3.5 seconds left on the clock and have more than a 15-point deficit.
Oh, good pass there.
Here. Oh, right off the backboard. That's a 2-pointer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful, 34 to 20. Capital finally breaking that 20-point marker. Skyview coming around. Goes for the shot. Oh, if this goes in, ooh. Capital holding their breath with that shot. Oh, maybe they threw it over to 32. Skyview moving up their defense.
Wait.
32 might be just ahead of it. Oh, that layup goes a little bit low, hits the side of the rim and bounces right back off.
That one's gonna go to the Skyview Hawks off a foul from number 11 for Capital, her first this evening.
Now, a funny little pattern I've noticed here, Lucas.
What's that?
If you take a look at that scoreboard, every single quarter, we have slowly had Capital getting fewer fouls and Skyview having more.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning of the game, we had Capital getting fouled left and right, Skyview getting about 1 or 2 maybe. These second and third quarter, we saw them both getting about evenly matched, and now we have 4 fouls on Capital and 6 on Skyview.
Yeah. I never noticed that.
It's always funny to take a look at how the foul patterns change throughout the game.
Yeah.
Can also help you figure out if the refs are biased. I think we've got some good refs on our hands right here.
Just about 2:15 left to play here in the fourth quarter.
Skyview's Anna and Hannah on either side of the court.
Well, that's a good pass right there.
Beautiful. Skyview at 38 to 20. I think they're going to see if they can get it up to the 40. Capital calls a timeout with 1 minute 57 seconds left on the clock. Score is 38 to 2. Right.
Yeah.
Capitals had a couple chances to start their last wind, to start their sort of last wind's offensive for this, to try and catch up, and it just hasn't happened. They've made all of these pushes. They put a beautiful effort into it. There's a lid on that rim. There's a lid on that rim. It's just not going in. It's just not happening for them. And whether it's a question of luck or skill could honestly be debated over here. Elizabeth Orlovich passing in that ball to Hannah Nguyen, who has spent a lot of time in the game here. She's definitely been a bit of this, she's been sort of the star player of this game for Capital. She and Khadijah have been, as I said earlier, pulling up the offense. But here's Hannah sort of posting up, covering Skyview's Anna Pasta-McGee as she tries to get in. Anna's definitely sort of the, have you noticed how Anna's sort of the transportation from the left side of the court over to the right side of the court?
Yeah.
She hasn't made a whole lot of the shots. She's not the one going in for it, but she is very much the medium for which the ball goes into Capital's side of the court.
Yeah. That first one going in.
That is Caitlin Hughes, I believe, for Skyview, making those free throws. Getting down low, and a nice smooth ball right in there. 39 to 20. Capital's got a minute and a half on the clock. We're getting down to that part of the game where a minute on the clock may actually take about 5 minutes in reality.
It's just like watching football. They can make a 12-minute quarter last 2 hours.
Absolutely. Capital trying to bide their time. They have to if they want any chance to win here. It's not over until the fat lady sings, and I'm not going to call it for anybody. What are you laughing about? It's not over until the fat lady sings?
I've heard the saying, I just never wanted to hear it go on live YouTube.
I hear it all the time. It's a very common saying. "40 seconds left on the clock. 39-20 in favor of Skyview. Capital needs to move, and it looks like they've got the message. They know that this is their last breath.
Oh, it looked like wrestling right there.
That did look a little bit like it. Get Mr. Garcia over here to commentate. Yeah, start yelling at us. Move over.
That was a traveling call.
Less than 30 seconds on the clock now. Capital again keeping it on Skyview's side of the court. Fouls being called left and right as the gloves come off.
24 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
Capital's
That's gonna be
11
a
comes
shooting
around.
Oh.
Oh, goodness. Don't mind me dropping a roster here. There we go. Capital's Callie Featherstone making those free throws. Both teams have had absolutely awful luck with free throws this game. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. "15 seconds left here in the fourth and final quarter. Skyview just kind of looking to run out the clock now.
5 seconds, 4, 3.
That's
And
going to
that
be
is
the end.
it. Good playing from both teams. Skyview managing to get that gap just to be too much for Capital to handle in that last half. Not nearly as much of a, not as one-sided of a game as we saw in the sophomore game just earlier. Maybe if this pattern keeps up, there will be a bit more hope for varsity. It seems like as we've gone higher up in the rankings for the streams, Capital has done on average better. So I wouldn't be surprised if in our next game, Capital ties it up, maybe even wins.
Yeah, and their record right now is defeated. They've lost almost every game. Skyview's record, I'm not sure what their record is, but I know I believe it's 1-5 right now. So we'll talk more about that on the pregame show. Coming up next, we will have that along with the varsity matchup. So thank you for watching this JV game, and we'll see you over on the pregame show.